Hello! Hello! Yeah, I'm Felinda Rouge, and I'm a smug cat content creator who likes to make long videos about otaku-themed stuffs, and occasionally, once a week, I stream on Twitch, opening Pokemon TCG,
Mm-hmm.
general TCG packs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's good to hear. I was muted.
Oh no!
It's okay, it's okay. And they heard you, they heard you. They heard you, they
Okay.
didn't hear me. It's okay, it's okay. No worry, no worry. But hello, Lynn. Thank you so much for coming onto Terra Talks, and I hope that, you have a good time with me, and I hope that, my audience and your audience gets to know you better too. Through this
Yeah.
through this talk show. Also, is Lynn's volume okay, everybody? Could
Testing,
you
testing.
okay,
1, 2,
maybe
3.
yeah.
36.
36. Okay. I hope it's okay. To me it looks fine, but
Mm.
OBS sometimes screws up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like you think
Yep.
that your friend isn't that loud, and then on your stream they're blasting your ears the whole time. I didn't know that. Okay, so welcome to Tarot Talks, Lynn. I'm so excited to have you here. And so, for the premise of this show, for you and for your viewers, perhaps who are not very clear on what I do on this show, basically, the guest, you, are able to ask me 3 questions that I will consult the cards for. So this can be about any question in particular, can be about VTubing, can be not about VTubing, can be about anything really. And then I will shuffle the cards and I will answer your cards and let you know what they think. And while I shuffle, I will be asking you some questions about yourself. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sounds
are you
cool.
excited? Have you ever had a tarot reading before, maybe?
No, this is gonna be my first time, so I'm, like, very
Really?
excited.
Really? Oh my god, I'm
Um,
excited for you too. Okay. So, if you have the first question ready, do you want to maybe
mm.
ask me what's your first question?
Okay, yeah. Okay, my first question is, what should I be focusing on job career-wise this year?
Mhm. Okay, good
Mm.
question. Good question. So, when you say job career-wise, do you mean like with your day job or with your VTubing stuff?
Yeah, my day job, yep.
Okay. Okay. And if you don't mind sharing, I mean, you're completely fine not sharing. Do you know what do you do for your day job?
I make things pretty. I think that's what I usually say.
Mm. Ah, okay, okay, okay. So your question is what should you focus on with your job?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me shuffle real quick. So, Lynn, for those of us who are not very familiar with your content, could you maybe explain a little bit more, like what kind of content you do, and also why do you like doing these kinds of content?
Yeah. So I
Mm-hmm.
mainly focus on doing long form videos on YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
that's like a very specific choice that I made because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's not that many VTubers out there that like do stuff outside of just like streaming, and
You will
I
be
just want
right.
to I want to explore a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
on this area, and
Mm-hmm.
I've always like wanted to do like
Yeah.
scripted videos and things. It's just I never
Mm.
got the time to, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, had the energy to. So
That's interesting. Do you have any streams in particular or like videos in particular that you're really proud of?
let's see, I'm proud of every single one of my videos. No, I'm just
Mm-mm.
really surprised that some of my videos like caught up to the algorithm and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like mostly my like VTuber like tips
Yes.
videos, any of those like related ones, those tend
Mm-hmm.
to do really well. But
Mm-hmm.
I do wish that some of like my more niche content gets out there eventually.
Yeah, I see, I see. No, it does make sense because, everybody wants to be a VTuber these days.
Yeah.
And they may not really have the resources to be a VTuber. So I feel like your videos are really helpful. I did watch the one that you made on naming yourself. I thought that was really
Ah,
good.
mm, thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. So I have pulled your cards, the three
Mm,
cards for me. And also, I just want to say, I love your long form content, your videos and all
ah,
that.
thank
I
you.
have always wanted to do those, but I've never had the time. So I think it's really admirable that you're able to do it while streaming too. So yeah,
Mm,
I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. Okay. So let's see. All right. The first card that I pulled for you is the Seven of Pentacles, which
mm,
represents seeing your results, seeing the perhaps the fruit of your labor, as well as
mm,
persevering. So I think that maybe if you have had kind of a tough spot in terms of your career recently, maybe you've been
mhm,
struggling a little bit with the workload, or it could be about anything regarding your work. Maybe it's the workload, maybe you feel burnout, or maybe you're not really getting along well with your coworkers or something like that, right?
mhm,
So, it also is also basically reminding you that you need to be more, you need to kind of remember your long-term goals in terms of your career. Because right now it
mhm,
may be a little bit frustrating, in terms of, you know, the hard work that you put in. And I also think that maybe you might be a little bit afraid of failure, maybe with regards to
mm,
your career. So you need to keep persevering in order to see the fruits of your labor. Basically, you need
mm,
to kind of take a bit, like maybe take 5 minutes, or like take a little bit of a break just to see where you're at right now. So in the long term of everything, you should kind of like look back on what you've already achieved to kind of motivate you to move forward, I would say. Because
mm,
with any job really, sometimes it's easy to get lost in like the, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that and I need to do that, and then like you feel like you've stagnated basically, and like you've never gone anywhere. And so I feel like that could be pretty frustrating for anybody, but for you as well, with
mhm,
like not seeing any progress yet. But you need to kind of give yourself some time, and also you are putting in a lot of effort into your work, which I think a lot of people would see that. But you need to kind of, you know remember that slow and steady wins the race, basically.
mm, mm.
Yeah. So what do you feel, how do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that. Definitely the burnout.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's been pretty rough recently, and
Ah, I see.
it's yeah, I should take some well, I am planning on taking some vacation time in
That's
the near
good.
future, so
That's good.
that'll
And
be a good time,
also
yeah.
taking a break doesn't have to be like super literal either. Like
Mm,
even if you're just like for example, you set more firm boundaries with yourself with regards
mhm.
to work cuz I feel like you might be a bit of a workaholic. That's just me a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. I'm picking up a little bit on like you being a workaholic. So, I feel like maybe you should for example set more strict boundaries like after 7 p.m. I can't check work or after 6
Mm,
p.m. I can't check work on weekends I can't check work. Um and I can't like for example if I'm at home then I won't be thinking about work. If I'm in the office, if you do have an office, if you commit to an office,
mm.
then like oh like when I'm in the office then I'll think about work, but when I'm outside of the office then I'll make a concerted effort not to talk about like or think about work because I feel like maybe you bring home work a lot or you work from home. um do you work from home?
I do work from home,
I
yeah.
see. Yeah, okay. That kind of makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's a very, like, fine boundary between, like, when
Yeah.
work is and when
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
not.
Yeah, no, I get that. So what my advice for that would be try to set up zones in your house or in your room even for like
Mm.
strictly for work. Even if you don't have like space enough, one tip that I did see was that if you have like a lamp, try to set your lamp to like a cool setting when you're working. So for example, like like the bright clinical light,
Yeah.
use that one while you're working so you know that your brain kind of conditions itself to know like, oh, okay, it's work time. And then when it's not work time, you can use a warmer tone light and be like, oh, okay, like now it's time for me to relax. So your body
Mm.
will take those cues in and your body will automatically be like, oh, okay, like now it's time for me to relax or now it's time for me to work. Because especially with work from home, which I really understand, I also work from home. So it's
Oh,
pretty
no.
hard for you to separate like working from home and like working like relaxing. So sometimes you may feel
Yeah.
really keyed out, especially when it comes to work and like you're constantly thinking about it. So I would say if you can, if you have like a little kitchen or like a dining table, try to
Mhm.
work from your dining table instead. Like kind of like mark it as your office area or your work area. So I feel like that would be really
Mm.
helpful. I hope that helps.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
definitely.
okay, that's good to hear. So the second card that I pulled out is the Ten of Wands reversed. So the Ten of Wands reversed kind of again represents someone who is shouldering too much responsibility. Like you're
Uh-huh.
you're taking on so much that you're about to like kind of figuratively or maybe literally collapse. Okay, I think
Mm.
maybe especially, have you been getting sick recently?
Well, a little bit. It's not like a full-on sickness, but,
Okay.
like,
Is it something to
just
do
a
with your
little bit down.
sinuses or your nose or anything like that?
Eyes and nose, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so I was kind of thinking about that. So, I would say that it might be related to your stress. Your
Mm.
sickness that you're currently going through and you might fall even sicker down the line. Not to jinx you, not to curse you. That's not a curse. That's just a warning.
Mhm.
Stock up on your Advil, stock up on your medicine.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think a cold or flu is coming, and especially with like your sinuses, you need to take more care of your body. Because your body is the only one you have, correct? And
Mhm.
your body is what allows you to do all these things. So the reverse Ten of Wands basically represents, someone who is like shouldering too much. You're burning out. Yeah, you're literally burning out. So
Eek.
this card tied together with the first one, the Seven of Pentacles, it just represents a really strong story of like I'm burning out basically,
Mm.
and you need to learn how to ask for help. And also, you need to learn how to delegate tasks. I'm not sure if you're kind of like the leader or anything like that, but I feel like maybe you do take a kind of leader like role, even if it's like unofficial or informal at work. And so, because of that, you may think that, like, oh, I can't ask anybody for help. Or it might be like a personal thing where, like, oh, I can't ask anyone for help. Like, I'll just do it on my own. Like, maybe I can't
Mm.
trust that other people do their work, or, um, or like, I'll just do it myself because it's way faster. But because you're doing that, because you're doing that, you're burning yourself out because you have so much to do. So you keep taking on things. You keep being like, I'll just do that. I'll just do this. I'll just do that. I'll just do this. So you have to kind of relieve that burden that you have and have placed on yourself to like to excel and to be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I have to be the only one doing it. You need to
Mm,
share the burden, share the workload with the other people that work with you, and also kind of like let people like give some of your some of the things on your plate to other people. Basically, stop doing it
mm.
all on your own.
Yeah, I actually, very recently, like this week, last week, I was like
Mm.
training some new people. So
Mm.
definitely, it's my first time doing it too. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I have a lot of stuff to kind of
Yeah.
offload, but like I don't know what is appropriate,
Mm-hmm.
how much they
Um.
can handle and understand.
Mm-mm. Um. I think you can definitely ask them, or maybe not even just ask them, but try to gauge it based on like for example, if you have like a couple of tasks and let's say you know one of them is like a lot tougher, maybe try
Mm.
delegating some of the lighter workload that you have. Like some of the tasks that like you can do in your sleep, or you know, some of the tasks that are like basically quote unquote easier or more beginner, that you could take those and give it to the people that you're training so that you can focus on like the heavier things at hand, like the more difficult things, because understandably you may not be very comfortable trusting new people with something more senior or something more difficult.
Mhm.
So I would say even the smaller tasks do count. Like you never know until you actually sit down to do it. Because for me at least, even the small tasks like data entry, I just get really tired of doing that. So you could always delegate those kinds of work to them. Mm-mm.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes. So something like try and error would also work, I feel like, because you never really know how much a person can handle until you give it to them and until you
Mhm.
observe kind of how they deal with that. And then you can let them know like if you really need help, you can ask me or you can ask somebody else at work. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. So the last card that I got is the High Priestess upright, which represents, you know, following your intuition, following your instincts, and following your inner voice. Basically, if you have your gut feeling, if your gut feeling is telling you something like, oh, you should focus on this thing at work, or oh, you should like maybe you should take a vacation now, or maybe you should for example with work, maybe you've been slipping up recently and perhaps overlooking some details, then you need to really listen to your instinct on what you need to do with regards to these kinds of things as well. um and it also, to me, I feel like if you have a mentor at work, you should kind of try to rely on them a little bit more. I feel like you
Mm.
are pretty independent when it comes to things in general.
Mhm.
So you're probably not really used to asking for help, but you need to know that you're not alone and you have resources at your disposal to kind of get through work easier, because you know work isn't just a one-man show, and you know you need to kind of look forward to like look toward your mentor if you have one, and if you don't have one then maybe one coming soon.
Mm.
Maybe that this could be like a new like head of department, or this could be like a new boss coming in, or a new supervisor, new senior coming in. So if they do come in, I would say try building a rapport with them and try, you know, getting to know them better, and also relying on them, because you never know just like how much help you need until you ask for it. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's the first reading.
Ooh,
What do you
that's
think? Mhm.
it's very true that most of the time I just work on it stuff myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess it's,
Mhm.
like, partially because, like, I work from home, so
Yeah.
there
Ah,
isn't
that
that
makes
much
sense.
help that I could get, and everyone's kind of,
Mhm.
like, spread around the world, but
Ah, I see. Okay. I kind of get that. If you could, like maybe for the less urgent task, you could try asking for help and try being like, "Oh, hey, can I bother you when you're online and like, you know, we can like work through something together because I'm kind of struggling with this kind of thing," or something like that. I hope that it gets better for you though, because it does sound like, and it does feel like you have been going through a lot of burnout and like just
Mhm,
general exhaustion from your job in particular, maybe some uncertainty too, like maybe like a kind of feeling of, is this really what I want to do?
mhm.
Maybe. Yeah, or not even that, but like perhaps just generally just you feel tired and exhausted when it comes to your work. Yeah.
Yes. very true. I always look forward to, like, streaming or, like, making content even
Mm,
though
mm.
it feels like that's a lot more work than work, but at least I'm enjoying it
Yes.
more.
Yes. I mean, at least it does give you like a break, gives your mind
Mhm.
and your creativity a break. So, I would also say if you can focus on creativity, like this could be within your job or outside of your job. So like maybe creative hobbies, that would be also really good for you. Mm, mm.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the first reading. How do you feel about that? Like, do you think that there's anything that was inaccurate or anything that was particularly accurate or anything like that?
Um, I think, like, yeah, the entire kind of the whole reading is pretty accurate to, like, my situation right now,
Mhm.
so
Ah, okay. Yeah.
definitely really helpful tips on, um, like, asking
Yes.
others for help.
Yes. And also give yourself a break.
And break, yeah, I
Yes.
definitely need a break. Oh
Yes.
god.
Give yourself a break, whether this is taking a vacation. I feel like you should take a vacation, honestly. Seems
Mhm,
like you've been very tired and you may fall sick if you keep stressing yourself, which you already are.
mhm.
I feel like you're already kind of in the process of falling sick.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would say, yeah, try to prioritize yourself, take more breaks. I don't know, this could be like take a nap during the day or something.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
yeah, so yeah, that was the first reading. What would
Mm,
be your second question if you have it yet?
okay, so, my second question is, like, completely,
Mm-hmm.
like, a different topic, but, like,
Yeah, 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 that's
basically
okay.
I would love to get a pet of some kind in the near
Oh,
future, maybe this
yeah,
year or stuff. So my
yeah.
question would be like, what should I be on the lookout for? Or like
Mm-hmm.
anything I should like be aware of when
Okay,
choosing one?
okay, okay. Do you know what animal you're looking for?
Oh, I would really love a cat, but
Mm-hmm.
it also like it depends, I guess. Like
Mm.
if something comes by and
Ah, like the
I like
distribution
it more.
system like chooses you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's so cute. Do you have any favorite type of cat breeds, maybe? Like orange or
Yeah, orange tabbies. Because
Oh, I agree.
uh,
Me too, me too, me too, me too. Okay,
I always
so
love like
mhm.
on Reddit and stuff, they have, like,
Yeah.
the single, brain cell, and that,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
explains all orange cats.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my god, I love orange cats. I have a
Mm,
dog that acts like a
mm.
cat, so
Oh, what breed is it?
Chihuahua. It's a tiny
Oh,
little
okay, I could
baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like she's just like usually dogs are like really barky and like they run around
Yeah.
a lot and they're like row, 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 row. Okay. But my
Oh
dog,
my
not my
god.
dog. My dog just loves to sleep and she just likes to
Aw.
bask in the sun. So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I feel like maybe okay. I'm still trying to shuffle the cards right now. Like nothing is
Mm,
coming out. But yeah. So okay, when it comes to pets, have you had any in the past or?
mm, yeah, so my parents I guess, like, my entire family just loves dogs,
Mhm.
and because of that, I became a rebel, and I've always wanted a cat instead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
It's like
that makes
the
perfect sense.
forbidden animal that, like, I have, like, absolutely 0 experience in,
Mhm.
but would love to, like
The forbidden cat, the forbidden cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so would you say that because you love cats, that's why you're a cat girl?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Also, okay, if it isn't too meta to ask, how can I ask? Did you come up with your name, feline?
So,
Mm-mm.
like, um, the the joke of well, the name is supposed to be, um
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, it's like a pun on the felines
Yes.
and that, but because I'm also, like, a rogue,
Mm-hmm.
and then a lot of people s missay miss
Mm-hmm.
miss say rouge as rogue,
Yes.
that kind of just, like, tied really well together.
Oh. Oh, wait, I never really noticed.
Yeah, that's why but the downside is a lot of
Mm.
people when they call my name, they will mistake it as feline, right, as opposed to,
Yes.
like, Lynn, like
Yeah.
Flynn. So that's why
Yeah.
I've, like, purposely for all of my aliases and my social accounts, I
Mm-hmm.
use Lynn.
Lynn.
Um,
Oh, yes.
but, like, the sad thing is, like, I don't think anyone really notices that.
No, I do. I noticed that. I noticed
Thank
it.
you.
Because I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, you know, feline. Is it felon?
Mhm.
Wait, I'm fucked.
Fe- Felon. I mean, like you could. There are like a couple of ways to say it, like
Mm-hmm.
felon, but like
Felon.
the limb
Yes.
sharp limb part should be like the main focus, right?
Felon.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that correct?
Yes.
I see. Okay. That's really interesting because I was like, oh, okay, it's feline. What? Felon? Never mind. I'm so bad with names. Lynn. Okay, Lynn the Rouge. I
Yes,
never noticed it was Rouge, not Rogue.
aha.
You got me.
Yeah, so no one can get it wrong now because like either way, yes, I am a rogue.
Yes,
And
that's true. That's really interesting, though. I remember when I first saw your name, I was like, "Oh, it was a really good name." Like just
mhm,
off the bat, I was like, "That's memorable. It sticks out. You remember it easily, and it tells your story." I
yeah.
like that a lot. Okay,
Mhm,
so let me see. So your question is what you should look out for in
mm.
terms of looking for a pet. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
All right. So, okay. So the first card that I got was the Hierophant upright, which represents strangely enough it represents like tradition and like conventionality and like social groups. So
Mm,
I kind of feel the way that I take this to mean is that I feel like you would have to go through a traditional adoption process. So
mm,
this could be like through a rescue, or this could be through, you know, any number of like adoption venues, maybe
mhm,
a cat cafe or maybe a similar. So I
mhm,
think that, you know, personally you would have to perhaps look in more traditional venues like yeah, like adoption sites or
mm.
rescues. Especially I keep thinking of perhaps if you have a cat shelter near you. Do you have one?
There's a few, yeah,
Yeah,
adoption sites and stuff, yeah.
yeah, specifically a shelter or an adoption site.
Mm,
You should be able to find one of your next pet or your next, you know, family member there.
mhm,
And that's what kind of what I am picking up. So the reason why I say this is because the hero fund just represents something like, you know, for you to follow social structures and
mhm,
for you to follow tradition. So when in the context of, you know, having a pet, that would mean, you know, adoption. That would mean the usual tried and true way of adopting another pet. So
mhm,
maybe you need to kind of, when you go into the adoption process, kind of try to think of what you want in terms of like what suits you the best. Does that make sense?
mhm,
Yes.
mhm,
So for example, let's say you are always at home, which means that, you know, perhaps having a more active cat would be okay because
mhm.
you would be at home to kind of observe them and also to like if there's anything that happens like they knock over something or anything like that, you will be at home. Yes.
Yeah.
So some basically find a cat that suits your needs, suits and it's like practical basically. And like if you're gonna get like a cat that's like super like, you know, wait, like for example, maybe you really need to sleep at night and like it always like cries at you or something like that and you can't sleep, you know, something like that. Just try to find a cat that is more suited to your needs. Of course, like that doesn't really narrow it down, I'm afraid, but
Mhm,
at least in terms of the way that the process of finding it, it would be more in more traditional avenues.
mhm,
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the next card that I got is the reversed Nine of Cups, which represents, strangely enough, it represents perhaps mm, maybe having a pet now is not the best time.
mm,
Because it represents you kind of needing to take more of like a you need to kind of think more carefully about your life, kind of like I'm
mhm,
not sure if I'm explaining that correctly, but basically um it basically represents like somebody who is trying to look for fulfillment, and you might be
mhm,
trying to do that through a pet, and you might be trying to do that through something else like maybe a pet or something else, but in this context it would be through a pet. So
mhm,
although it's not saying that you shouldn't get a pet at all, it kind of is telling you that maybe try to examine why you want a pet. Is it because you've been feeling lonelier lately, or is it because you've kind of been feeling a bit like dissatisfied perhaps with your current situation or anything like that,
Mhm.
try to you know, maybe try to reevaluate it a little bit and then go back to the drawing board once you're ready. Like maybe once you're like, oh, okay, like I want a cat because I'm lonely, then maybe you would be able to find a cat that suits you better. Kind of like that.
Mhm, mhm.
So, because if you, for example, like you go in and you're not sure what you want, you're not sure why you want a cat, then perhaps you just pick the first cat that like meows at you, or like the first cat that's like, oh my god, like this cat is so cute, and then you bring home and then you realize that your personalities don't really match, because
Ah.
that very much does happen sometimes when like people adopt pets and they don't really, their personalities don't really gel, and like sometimes it may result in like, not resentment really, but like, oh my god, like this cat doesn't like me, or this cat hates me, you know what I mean? Because I think that cats are very intuitive animals too, and they really do pick up on these kinds of things. Or if like,
Mhm.
if I don't know, like you're not really satisfied with something, or you're like kind of upset, then they can kind of pick up on it. So you kind of need to really look inward, kind of, I think, and before you adopt before you adopt a cat. This is not to say like don't adopt a cat, don't adopt a cat, but this is to say maybe take a couple more weeks or however long to kind of
Mhm.
really examine like, why do I want a cat, basically. That's like very like, unexpectedly really deep because it's just about a cat, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely,
Mm.
definitely.
And the last card that I got is the moon reversed, and this doesn't really have much to do with the situation at hand, but I do think that like the cat, if I'm able to be more specific, I'm kind of picking up that it might be like a black cat.
Mm.
So, because usually like the moon reverse represents like something like darker, or like, I'm taking it very literally, because I don't think
Mhm.
it applies. I don't think the traditional meaning of the card applies to your particular situation and what you're asking. So,
Mhm.
I think that the cat would be either literally named Lunar or Luna,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
something related to the moon, or it would be like a black cat, or both. So that's kind of
Mhm.
like maybe something you could look out for if you feel particularly bonded to a cat, like a black
Mhm.
cat specifically that's named like Luna, or maybe even Soleil, or
Mm.
Moon, something like that. Those are the kind of names that I'm picking up, and also the kind of color of the cat maybe. So yeah, maybe a black cat with like a white patch on his chest
Mm.
somewhere.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
Yeah, I know. I love tuxedo cats.
Oh,
But
yeah, I
yeah, what
love
do
their
you
socks.
think? Me too. I want a cat with socks. I want a cat with little socks. It's
Oh
so
my god.
cute.
Yeah. I think this is super helpful, yeah, because I have looked at, like, adoption papers, just, like, curious about, like, the entire
Mhm.
process, because
Mhm.
I guess, like, based on my past, um, experience, because my parents usually go to, like, breeders and stuff for
Mm.
their animals, but
Mhm.
for me, I was all actually and looking at, like, adoption sites, and those
Mhm.
those forms are so long, they, like you're basically applying for a job,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
instead it's a cat, and they, like
Yeah.
they definitely go into detail, like, why do you want the cat, or, like, what's your living
Yeah.
space, like, could you, like, get
Mhm.
provide for the cat and stuff, so I have
Mhm.
been thinking about, like, oh, yeah, like, like, I have to provide a reason why I want the cat.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I shouldn't
And you kind of have to kind of go in deeper rather than just like, oh, I want a cat because I want a
Yeah,
companion. Yeah. But
yeah.
I think that don't let it discourage you for sure. I think
Mhm,
that they of course they have to do their due diligence with adoption processes, and
mhm,
I think that it's also good for yourself to kind of
for
examine
sure.
why you want a
Yeah.
cat, because sometimes it could be like, for example, let's say I'm a shopping addict, right, and I only like I shop and I do retail therapy because I have like a hole inside me that I need to fill, and if I don't like really like examine why I enjoy shopping so much, then it could
Mhm,
actually impact me negatively. And of course that could be the same thing for your cat situation too. Like for example, if you don't really fix, or not really fix, but like if you don't really realize that like, oh, I want a cat because I'm really lonely, then like let's say you keep clinging to the cat, or like you keep being like, oh, I want to spend time with you, I want to spend time with you, then the cat might resent you, like because
Yeah,
cats
yeah.
like the space or something like that. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Like
Mm.
my worst fear is
Mm-hmm.
like adopting, like eventually getting like a cat and then like it doesn't love me. Even though I love it so much.
Yeah, yeah,
That's like
yeah.
gonna be so heartbreaking.
I know. Wait, that's my
Ah,
that's my fear too with owning cats, because like what if they just
mm,
don't fuck with you?
yeah. And you're
Like
like,
they just don't
I
like you,
can't
and then
put
like
anything on the
yeah,
shelves and stuff. They're just gonna knock everything over, and like no matter what you do, it's never gonna listen to you.
right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And like on top of all that, they hate you? Like I'm
Ah.
feeding you. I'm feeding you and I'm giving you a roof over your head, you ingrate.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's why dogs
Mm.
are easier, but also dogs have their own set of challenges. Like you have to walk them every day, and like
Mhm.
they shit and pee everywhere, and like you gotta clean up after them, something like that. But
Yeah.
definitely, I think you're a very cat person, so I'm like it's kind of unanimous that it's gonna be a cat.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or maybe there'll be a dog that acts like a cat.
Oh yeah, Shibas. I hear
Yeah.
so much about like yeah, the
Hmm.
Shiba Inus and how they
Oh
act
yeah,
like
they're very smart. They're very, very,
yeah.
very smart. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so that was the second question. So
Mhm.
perhaps do you have like a third question?
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Third question um is there anything that I should do to like open more opportunities for like
Mm-hmm.
making content, and anything that I've kind of like maybe like missed
Mm-hmm.
um for my content that should be like beneficial for me, or
Mm-hmm. So okay, your question is there anything you should do to open up more opportunities for content?
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So maybe while I shuffle, could you maybe tell me, is there anything in particular? Okay, wait, sorry. Let me just read out your question for just in case I shuffle the cards. So your question, so Lynn's question is, what should she do in order to kind of open more doors and opportunities in terms of content creation? Okay,
Yes, yes.
so while I shuffle, could I maybe ask you, what kind of content have you not done yet that like you would really like to do? Perhaps maybe you can share some of your content goals. Like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to have more sponsorships? Do you want to do like be on stage or anything like that?
So well, right now I'm trying really hard to like have like convention appearances and stuff. Haven't
Mm-hmm.
been very successful so far, but just like I guess like more general, I don't know, like appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it could be like
Oh.
virtually or like physically,
Mm-hmm.
stuff
Oh,
like that.
physically. Would you do
Mm,
physical appearances at cons?
I mean, if the opportunity arrives, maybe I don't. I'm not like super
Mm.
opposed to it, so
Okay. Okay.
because like I feel like there's some contents I would be interested in doing, like for example like for card
Mm-hmm.
games and stuff. Like it'd be nice to visit local
Ah,
like
TCG shop?
communities and stuff, and like yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh.
I don't know, like maybe that's like something maybe in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of
I
like hesitant
see.
on it, or but
Why okay, could I ask you why you might be hesitant about that?
um I guess it's just I'm horrible at like face to face stuff. So
Mm. No, I get you.
um
I get you. I understand.
yeah, so that would really be like something out of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
Uh so I would always think about like, oh, maybe I should start with something small first and
Yeah.
then like build up that experience, but it's hard to think about smaller experiences that just like, go out there.
I see. I understand. So, yeah, I definitely get that. I think that, you should definitely try to step outside of your comfort zone, perhaps, because you never know until you try, correct?
Mhm.
And you could always take it small, like maybe instead of like going immediately down to your TCG shops. Maybe you could do some collabs with other TCG people, or something like that. And I think you can like not really microdose it, but like over time just try to do more and more appearances. Like it could be like at a booth, like for example, if at Offkai, maybe one of the companies are like, oh, we have open slots, and then you could sign up for that. Because I do know that some companies do that, where they have open slots for meet and greets at their booth, so other indie VTubers can join. So yeah, you can try that as well. Or I think that you could definitely like microdose it. Maybe like try to expose yourself to it like little by little. Yes. So okay, the first card that I pulled for you is the King of Pentacles upright, which represents success, referrals, and having a good reputation. So the way that I take this to be is that perhaps you do have close friends, or perhaps colleagues or peers who have certain connections that are able to kind of grant you these opportunities that you want. But I think that you might be a bit shy to reach out to them to be like, hey, could you link me up? Could you hook me up? Yeah, because in order to kind of receive the success that you really want, sometimes it is a collaborative effort, and I'm pretty sure that anybody would be happy to help you out, especially if they're like closer to you, because in the content creation space, it's already like so hard to like do things on your own, that I think that a lot of times it feels very isolating. It feels like we can't really ask anybody for help, but that's not the case. I believe that people are very willing to help each other out. Like some people that I've never even talked to were like, hey, like I can link you up with this person, or I can link you up with this opportunity. And you never really know until you ask somebody. So it also means that like you should kind of like, you already do have a good reputation, I believe. And so this good reputation itself will help you open more doors in the future, I believe, because by you like asking somebody like, oh, can you refer me to somebody maybe, or could you like put me in touch with, for example, let's say you want to get a sponsor, and then you're like, somebody who has worked with that shop before, I think it might be worthwhile for you to kind of gather yourself and your courage and be like, hey, I saw that you worked with this person, could you maybe like put me in touch? It's okay if not, just like it would be really cool if you could, and like maybe in exchange like I could help you out too, something like that. Because I think that a lot of us are very shy about those kinds of things, of like, hey, could you like put me in touch, like it like maybe some people might see it as like clout chasing, I don't know, but for me, I think that it's always worth a shot to try and ask, because you never know if you never ask. Yes,
that's true.
Yes. So not only that, it also the King of Pentacles also represents kind of a mentor. So this could be a manager. Maybe if you haven't had one yet, or if you do have one, perhaps you could like outsource to perhaps hire one, or to kind of get in touch with one and be like, hey, can you help me with certain things? Could you help me with like opportunities and like con appearances? Because managers really do help, and managers really like, they have the connections basically, and that's why you hire them, that's why you pay them, because they have the connections that you need, and they will be willing to put you through the people that you need to get to. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm
As the first card.
definitely looking around for a manager, so yeah, I'll keep my eyes peeled out for.
But yeah, that was the first card, and it's just not just like a manager or anything like that, but I would say this could also represent like maybe somebody that's like more experienced, that is willing to kind of coach you or anything like that. Yeah. So okay. The next card that I got is the Lovers upright, which in a career setting, or in your case, represents kind of a business partnership. So this could again tie back to your manager, kind of needing to find a manager or anything like that, because this card represents like partnerships that are beneficial to both parties, and partnerships that are able to kind of help the both of you, because it also means that like this decision, like no pressure, but this decision could very much change your life, or this decision could very much be a very big like crossroads in your current career. It could be like, it could kind of be the difference between like, do I continue not getting con appearances and opportunities at sponsorships, or could it mean like me paving the way to me getting more collaborations, partnerships, sponsorships, con appearances, and stuff like that? Because you really never know. But I do think that this is a big like opportunity for you, and I think that you should go into it with a level head. Don't use your heart to choose, even though it's the lovers. Don't use your heart to choose. Try to have a level head about this and try to basically, if you can, try to go about it in a bit more like general way, like not general way, like a logical way. Sorry, go about it in a more logical way. Think to yourself what are the pros and cons of working with this person as opposed to that person, and then choose.
Okay.
Yes. So okay. So the last card that I got was the Ten of Pentacles upright, which represents satisfaction and permanence. So I think this is more of, the first two cards are more of like what can you focus on, right? I think that this card is more of like the results of what will come through if you do decide to make these changes. So the Ten of Pentacles represents like stability. And it represents like satisfaction and kind of like a success, because for example, this means that everything like it may be hard right now, and it may have been hard in the past as well, you know, going from like your how to say, from like the beginning of your journey till now. Perhaps it's been a struggle, and like there have been like multiple obstacles that you have had to overcome, but this card is kind of signaling, and also maybe there may be some in the future too, like some roadblocks ahead, or some things that you might need to overcome. For example, maybe you might get some rejections for appearances, and that could that can always feel very demotivating for some people. I know that would feel demotivating to me. So this card is basically like telling you like, don't worry, you know, things in the future will be, you know, okay. And you will be happy with your place in your life and your career and VTubing, because it will work out in the end. You know, you need to, as long as you are on this path, on this journey, on this career, you need to kind of keep the end goal in mind. So, like, I don't know whether you're kind of manifestation, visualization kind of girly, but this could mean like writing down your goals and then on like a piece of paper, or like post it and then putting it up somewhere, so that every day, you know, you kind of like, okay, when you're feeling like demotivated or you're upset or anything like that, then you kind of look at it and you're like, okay, this is why I'm doing it. This is my end goal. This is why I am here, right? And this is why I'm doing this in the first place. You need to kind of keep the big picture in mind, because it's very easy to get upset about the smaller details. But if you keep in mind your like end goal, the big picture in mind, know that although the journey is long, it is going to be worth it in the end. This is going to pay off, like quite literally. It's going to pay off, and like you're going to be more stable. Yeah. So that was the final one. How do you feel about that?
Oh man, it's really encouraging. Yeah, I think definitely gonna try reaching out more.
Yeah,
it's definitely, I'm pretty sure a lot of content creators go through it. It's like, oh my gosh, what if like they don't respond?
Yeah. No,
You
I
don't
get that though.
Ghosted.
Yeah, I get that though. But at least you tried. You never know. Yeah, at least you tried reaching out to them, and hey, the worst case scenario is they say no or they don't respond. And then if they don't, then you can just move on. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You never know if you don't try.
Definitely, like, I always have to like tell myself like, oh, it's probably not like it's probably not my fault or anything. It's like, maybe they're just busy, or like the time's not right. But it's a mind struggle sometimes.
Yeah, no, I get you. Sometimes somebody doesn't reply to me, and I'm like, oh my god, they hate me. They hate me, and they're gonna end my career.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I get that though. It's very normal to feel, I believe, especially in content creation. So I think that, you know, just keep your head up. I genuinely do believe that you have it, and you have got what it takes. You just, you know, it might take a little bit longer. Like your journey might be a little longer than, you know, you wanted it to be. But ultimately, I think that it will pay off. I think that it will be something that you are proud of. Yes.
That's That's
Mm.
what I hope for everything I release, so and so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely like a long a long game, it's not like a
Yeah.
one-hit wonder, so
Yes. Yes, and, you're very hardworking, I can already see that, without the cards telling me that, so as long as you keep working hard and, of course, not, like, in a way that, like, makes you burn out,
Mm,
but, you know, I think that if you keep working hard at it, you will definitely, you know, flourish, and you will definitely see the fruits of your labor.
mm,
Yes, honestly, we still have some time, so if you wanna ask me, like, any other follow-up questions, you can. Mm, mm.
mm.
If you can think of any. If you can't, that's
Um,
okay.
well, maybe we can do a follow-up with, like,
Mhm.
on the hunt for, like, managers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I guess, like, hmm, what kind of, like, personality or,
Mhm.
like I guess, like, what kinda type of manager should I be, like, on the lookout for?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Okay, so your question is what kind of manager you should be looking out for in terms of personality or goals, perhaps?
Uh,
Just, like, what kind
yeah,
of manager maybe?
just
Okay.
personality-wise, like, what kind of manager should I
Should you be looking
be on
for?
the
Okay, okay, no, that makes sense. So while I shuffle, I do have a question for you.
Hmm,
So you are a cat rogue, correct? What made
yes.
you decide on this particular what made you decide on this particular theme or lore?
So the uh, the artwork and, like, the design of, um, my VTuber
Mm-hmm.
is I just came across it one day and
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like it was love at first sight kind of
Yeah.
deal. It was
Mm-hmm.
basically like, oh my gosh, I can picture exactly what kind of personality, what kind of
Mm-hmm.
vibes, I could do
Mm-hmm.
with this character. Cause
Mm-hmm.
like, adoptables and stuff, you come across like, "Oh, this is a really cute character," or something, but then
Yeah.
you can't quite have a picture of what you
Mm-hmm.
want them to
Mm-hmm.
be.
Yes.
But for this one, definitely, I was like, "Okay, I know exactly what I want," and I love, like, the kind of, like, sneaky rogue vibes, kind of like
Yeah.
I go my own way type of, feel,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, like, the th the thrill of the hunt is also,
Yeah.
a part of it, and I love, like, chasing for collectibles and
Mm. Yeah.
striving for, like, achievements and stuff, so it definitely
Ah,
fits the overall personality and theme of what I'm envisioning.
I see. That's interesting. I didn't know that your design was an adoptable. I can
Mm,
tell. It
mm,
fits you really well.
mm. Thank you.
It really,
I
really
actually
does.
didn't change much from the original, design at all,
Oh.
it was just the eye color that I swapped it.
Oh.
Ah,
Wow.
so I was like, the color theme and everything,
Mhm,
like, fits
mhm.
really well.
Wow, and you love cats too. So
Yeah, it was
that must have worked out really well, no?
definitely, yeah. I'm very, very
What?
happy.
Oh wow. I really didn't know that. Yeah, I thought it
Mhm.
was like custom made to you.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's really interesting, but that's really cool. That's really cool to know. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I think it definitely suits you very well. I think that it's I think it's very good. Like,
Yeah.
wow, holy shit.
Yeah, I love my designer mama very, very much.
Very, very goated. So, okay, the cards that I pulled out. Hmm. Let me look at them real quick.
Mm,
Cause I'm kind of picking up. Okay, I'm gonna reshuffle. I've never done that
okay.
before, but I'm gonna reshuffle because I don't
Mm,
think that these cards are very accurate.
mm, mm.
So, okay, let me see. Oh, all right. Okay. Because sometimes there are times when I do readings and like, you just have like this feeling of wrongness when you pull out a card.
Mm, yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically like what I felt just now while I was trying to read the cards. So I'm just gonna reshuffle it for you.
Mhm,
Because they don't really feel very right. Actually, I think these two cards are good. So I pulled out another two cards. Let me read
mm.
them real quick. Okay, and let's see. Mm-mm. Someone said that's a different kind of cat distribution system.
It's true.
It
The
worked out
design found
though.
me.
It worked out though. Okay, so the first card that I pulled out for you is the Ten of Cups upright, which represents somebody who is very like happy, somebody who is
Mm,
very like I think joyful, somebody who is very warm and welcoming as well. So
mhm,
I feel like this is somebody who could be who is very okay, not very but pretty emotionally stable, in the sense
mm.
of like when you look at them you're like, oh okay, this is like they're very well adjusted basically.
Ah.
Yes, like so when you're looking for a manager, I believe you should look for someone who's more joyful, somebody who is perhaps like and it's very hard to kind of parse somebody's personality at first go, right? But I think
Mhm.
especially if they have a social media presence, it's very easy to tell what kind of person you are based on the things that you post and kind of based on like maybe your bio or anything like that. So I would say try to make the judgment kind of based off of like through talking to them and also kind of looking at them, you know, like oh like how do they interact with other people? How do they interact with other like your friends or not even your friends, but like basically how do they interact with other people in general?
Mhm.
Okay. And I feel like this person would also be somebody who kind of is an older sister, basically has an older sister kind of vibe. So I'm picking a very like girl, like feminine, you know.
Mm.
But I think this is somebody who you will be able to rely on, because the next card that I pulled out is the Four of Swords reversed, which represents like healing, kind of like a little bit of it's like time for you to heal basically yourself. What that means
Mm.
is basically in this context I believe that this person will be somebody who you are able to rely on. Maybe in the
Mm.
past you could have like kind of had your trust betrayed or something similar by maybe not even a manager but like maybe somebody at work or something like that. Maybe you didn't feel like you were listened to, maybe you didn't feel like you had your needs or wants fulfilled,
Mhm.
in a very loose sense of the word and like the
Mhm.
meaning. But this person will be somebody that you can rely on, because they are more reliable, they are somebody who you are able to trust in time. So somebody who is yeah, like able to kind of take your mind off of things because you're really restless now. You're really like, oh, I have so many things to do. I have this thing to do and I have that thing to do, and then like I have to worry about card appearances and I have to do this and that and that, this and that. So this person I think will definitely give you the ease of mind that you really really need.
Oh, definitely, that'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's the kind of person that they are and that you should be
Mm.
looking out for. So that's the reading for you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so before we close, do you have any remarks or perhaps even like, hey, if you want to ask me any questions, you can do that too. But you know, not to put you on the spot or anything, but you don't have to. But
Oh.
thank you so much again for coming on. If you have any like closing like things you want to say or maybe things you want to ask me, like in terms of tarot or anything like that,
Oh man. Uh.
don't worry if you don't. Don't worry. Hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't. Oh my
No, that's
gosh.
okay. No, that's okay. Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean we can end it here.
Mm.
But those are the four questions that you had for me. Maybe you want to tell me like how was the experience for you? Like what do you think overall about the readings? And yeah.
I think the readings are like pretty accurate to like my
Mhm.
situations and stuff. So like yeah, I said before, this is my first time doing a reading, so
Mhm.
I was very excited and definitely came out with like wows. Like, oh, so
Oh
this is what
wow.
it feels like. So
Yeah, it
I
kind of
definitely
feels like
really enjoyed it.
something is reading your soul. I'm glad
Mm,
to
I
hear you
definitely,
enjoyed it.
yeah. And like
Yeah.
I found it a super like helpful. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things. I will definitely be checking the VOD in case I like missed some stuff.
Yeah, and
So,
we can write down things and stuff like that too. Yeah, but
definitely,
if you
definitely.
ever need more readings offline, you can always contact me too. I'm gonna be on
Mm.
call. I'm everybody's on call psychic.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Tarot Talks. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I was able to help you even just a little bit. I hope that the readings helped you too. And thank you so much for letting me get to know you better too, for asking you so many questions. I'm so sorry. But it
No,
was
no,
really
thank you so
insightful.
much.
It was really insightful into the kind of person you are, and I really enjoyed getting to know you too. And I hope that you enjoyed your time too.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me on.
Of course. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, I'll see you? Question mark?
Question mark?
Question mark? I'll
Sounds
see you.
good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so that was hello, chat. Let me get up in your face. Hello, chat. That was Lynn. If you haven't checked her out yet, please check her out. She's at Lynn Rouge on YouTube, at Felon. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with pronouncing names. That's really bad. Felon the Rouge on Twitter. Please check her out too. I really adore her content, and I really hope that she was able to gain something from that. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I just thought I would catch up with you a little bit. Just catch up with you guys. What's up with you? Because I feel like I haven't streamed in like forever, but like when was the last time I streamed? Was it like 2 days ago? Was it? Hi Adora, hello. Hi Addie, nice job, thank you. I hope you guys had fun watching it. What are you guys up to? What? Let's chat for a bit before I send you off. Okay? Let's chat for a bit. Did you guys enjoy it? I have a chicken to roast tomorrow. Do you have a favorite recipe? Last solo stream was the reading one and not much listening to one of my favorite Green Ring ladies. Wait, was it really? Was that really the last solo one? Oh wait, it was, because I had the Overwatch 2 and was it yesterday? Yesterday! What? Why does it feel like I haven't streamed in forever? Oh, because everything else. Oh, because everything since like the reading one wasn't like solo, they were all collabs. I didn't even realize. I'm so sorry. No wonder it feels like I haven't been streaming, because I haven't been able to talk to you guys, and I miss you guys. Hello, come in. Come over here. Come in. Let me eat you. Come in. Having lunch now? What are you eating? And not much, just listening to one of my favorite green ladies. Oh my god, she seems like a nerd. Sounds like she would be a nerd. Okay. But how are you guys? Just hanging out? Oh my gosh! I'm thinking about making another stream maybe, like in a little bit. Because I have to work, but I want to talk to you guys too, so maybe I'll have like a co-working stream up. Like I'll raid the stream into somebody else, and then I'll make another stream, question mark? Should I do that? Because I really miss you guys, and I'm sorry that I haven't been doing many solo streams recently. There's been so many, like, I've had so many, what's that? Collabs, and I have another collab tomorrow too, the League collab. Wait, let me check. I have the League collab and then another Marvel Rivals collab. So like this whole week is just collabs. I'm sorry. I really do want to do a solo stream though, so I might do one today. Or maybe I'll do it like on Thursday, which is Wednesday for you guys. Chicken rice, extra chicken. Oh, yummy! If you enjoy the collabs, then we're happy you're happy. I did enjoy the collabs, especially the Overwatch 2 collab that I did with my friends, because they've been my friends for a very long time, and I was like, I want to stream with you guys, but I don't know if I can, and then I got the go-ahead, so I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah. But yeah, maybe I'll do a co-working stream? Question mark? Because I gotta work, but I want to talk to you guys, you know? Wait, is my BGM not on? Oh, it is. I don't know. Maybe we can spend a whole day together or something. Like an afternoon while I work. And you guys can, it could be like, bring your child to work day. You guys are my children. You're my little love wicks. Also, if you guys haven't yet, for those of you who are my member Lovewicks, I have a free wallpaper up. If you haven't seen it yet, let me put it up on screen for you. Hold on. It's like, it's free, but you have to be Lovewicks, not baby Lovewicks. Let me show you guys. Where is it? I need to find it. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Oh my god, it's so big. I'm a pet at most? Yeah, you're my pet. All of you are. You're like my little hamsters or something. And I'll put you in my little hamster cage. Look at that! Look at that. Isn't that pretty? This is the zoomed in version. So there's one that's like less zoomed in, like you can see my full body and everything. And you have like, there's like different variations to it too. So there's one with like my open eyes, like, and then there's this one which is a smile. Yeah, I didn't make this artwork. I commissioned somebody to do it. Fun fact, I've had this art for like a long time, and I don't know why I haven't used it earlier, but I was like, huh, I should probably use their art, huh? So I did. Because I always intended it to be like a free wallpaper for members. So yeah. Yay! So if you're in the Baby Lovewicks tier and you want to upgrade for this amazing wallpaper, which has 3 variations. Not match variations, I think. It's like a expression. If you want that, you can definitely go into Go. Very pretty. Thank you. Okay, let me take that out of the way. Oh, Hagfather Raisin, thank you for gifting 1 membership. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the gift. And those of you who are gifted by Hagfather, please say thank you too. Thank you. I need to do another, what was that? Tarot reading stream for members. I did one the last time, but I need to do another one. But yeah, thank you so much for gifting. Don't know why. I'm really thirsty. But yeah, thinking about it, let me think. Maybe I should do a co-working stream, because I got a lot of things to work on. Okay, maybe I'll go have lunch first, and then I will, I might, or I most likely will put up a waiting room for another stream in 1 hour. So an hour from now, don't go anywhere. I might be doing another stream. Just look out for that. I will be co-working, so it might be mostly just keyboard ASMR, but it's still something. Okay, so I'm gonna end now. I'm gonna send you over to my sister, Maya. Please say hi to her. Thank you for coming, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yes. Be back in 1 hour because I'm gonna go live again. I just need to take lunch, and we will co-work together. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.